welcome to the Hey Sister podcast, where sisters share real opinions and have honest conversations about life, growth, and everything in between. Hey sisters, how y'all doing?
Hey,
Hey, sisters.
Well, before we hop into this week's episode, let's do a quick check-in. How is everyone feeling?
I'm feeling pretty optimistic. I think the more positive I speak, the more positive I will actually feel. So I'm trying to speak it into existence. I'm feeling optimistic.
I too am feeling optimistic. That is a great word. You know, they say how do you word it? Like you have to. It's like you have to like live the life that you want, or like take, or like act like you already have the life that you want, right? So it's like kind of being like optimistic. It's like okay, the things I might want in life. Let me just like act. Not even act like I already have it, but like just start moving in a way where it's like, oh, this is about to be my next step or next thing that I get into. So yeah, feeling optimistic about life.
I am feeling excited for the summer. It's getting warmer, no more cold, especially in New York, no more snow. So I'm excited for the work.
I'm feeling, I don't know if this is like an actual like feeling, but I'm feeling very grounded. Like I'm feeling very like I've been kind of in my element with like my routines and just I haven't been anywhere all year. Like I've just only been in LA, which is kind of crazy, but like I've just been chilling. So I feel like I'm picking back up on my routines and like setting a schedule for myself. And I've been getting, I don't know, I've been feeling very like in place, which I appreciate versus like I feel like the last couple of years I felt very chaotic. But with that, we will transition into this week's episode. This week is an Amaya production, so let's get into it.
Today's episode is all about the wellness industry and doing a little self-reflection on our own wellness habits. I don't know if it's just me, y'all, but lately my social media feeds have been flooded with advice on how to live well and be healthy. I swear to God, every time I get on my phone, there's a new routine, a new supplement, or a new rule about what I should be doing to be healthy. And sometimes I find it a little overwhelming. And when you think about it, as most things are, especially in this country rooted in capitalism, the US wellness industry is valued at around $2 trillion. And I looked it up and it's like a 23% increase over the past 5 years, with Americans spending on average over $6,000 per year on wellness, which is crazy. Definitely not me, but maybe if I like depending on what you count as wellness. But it's fascinating that wellness has really just become like a commodity. And what I've also noticed over the past couple of years is how these trends change over time. Like I remember a few years ago when Lori Harvey was like, I do Pilates 5-6 times a week, and everybody was like, I'm gonna be a Pilates princess. And I feel like that hype has like really not died down.
The Pilates prices skyrocketed after this. I was doing solid core before she said that, and then it was like overnight. It's like these ClassPass credits, they are no longer 6. They are now 18. And it's like, okay, well, great. Thanks.
Yeah, ClassPass credits do not go as far anymore.
No, for sure.
And now I feel like recently my feed has been protein, 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 and eating everything with sweet potatoes. That's like all I see.
I hate it. I hate the trend. They're like grab bring sweet potatoes. Grab bring sweet potatoes. I'm like, you can eat so many other things. Eat some more vegetables. Like I just think it's so stupid.
It's so silly. And I feel like it's also now become like wellness is like an aesthetic. Like it's like a thing that you like do to like look well instead of like, or like to make it look like you're doing well and being well instead of like actually like being well. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the industry, some of the trends that we see. You mentioned you hate the sweet potato thing. I'm like in the middle about it. I tried it, but we'll get into it. We'll get into it. So what wellness trends have you partaken in that has worked for you?
I can start. I feel like I started running because it was trendy, if I'm being honest. Like I started seeing the run clubs and like all of that. And like I ran in high school and stuff growing up, but like I didn't particularly enjoy it. I don't know. I started seeing like the run clubs pop up and I started seeing people like doing half marathons and races and all these different things. And I was like, well, I want to be able to do that. I think I like started my running journey because it was kind of like starting to trend on social media. And then I've since kind of like realized that I really enjoy it and I've been kind of keeping up with it. I don't identify with the sweet potato ground beef or ground turkey hate because I love sweet potatoes. Do you remember in college, I used to go to Kyla's dorm and she would always be making like roasted sweet potatoes and she would like make me sweet potatoes like all the time. And I don't know, I love sweet potatoes. So like, I'm like, yes, keep this trend going. But agree that like protein is just everywhere right now. I was at the LA Marathon a few weeks ago with my friend, supporting my friend who was running it. And it was sponsored by Protein Pop Tarts. And so at the end of it, they would give people these like, they're kind of like metal, not metal, but like aluminum sheets. It's supposed to like capture all like the body heat, whatever. And on the sheet, it was like sponsored by Protein Pop Tarts. And I'm like, I
It's
need to see the
everywhere.
ingredients in this because how does this Pop Tart have protein in it? I
Yeah,
don't believe
because
it.
Pop Tarts are just sugar. Like it's not like good
It's
for
gonna be
you.
sugar and
So
protein.
It's
yeah,
literally a cookie. It's literally a cookie with sugar on top and some filling. I don't understand how there's protein in it. Yeah, I think there's protein everywhere. I've been seeing a lot of stuff on like fiber. I feel like that's like the new thing that's like coming up where it's like your
Yeah, I think
fiber
that's gonna be the
gummy.
next thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that is so
I
funny.
don't know.
Like fiber being a trend. Like
All right.
Like, ain't that crazy?
Like, okay, I guess so. But yeah.
I think I definitely have fallen into the Pilates trend. So I forgot that Lori Harvey like kind of like talked about it a couple years ago and she started the marketing of it. But I always go back to Miss Tracy Ellis Ross. Like I feel like videos from like 2016 or whatever, and she would be. Now I don't even know, is it Pilates? Because she has like the full like private workout bar. So it's like, with Pilates you might have like the reformer, you have like the Legree performer, like the Pilates performer,
Mhm.
where it has like a backboard, or you just have like the typical thing that moves. But she has a thing where it's like overhead, you can do flips and shit, and that's what I'm still trying to find. I haven't found a studio in Atlanta that has like the full bar, like it's a full
So
square.
that like aerial yoga thing?
Yeah, so you could like hang and like do different things, and like you basically just like do a better full body stretch rather than just like doing like the the reformer that they have typically. But
Mhm.
I do like Pilates, but I really realized, so I started doing bar a couple years ago, and I don't know why I always thought Pilates was harder than bar. I think because I went to solid core and I'm like, solid core is just like hard as hell, and I don't really like it because it's just
Mhm.
like so fast paced, and so like I feel like I can't really learn. I can barely hear and I can't keep up. Yes, you're working out, but it's like I'm not, during the next class, I'm still be confused because I didn't learn shit, and they're not like
Mhm.
that helpful to me. So the other Pilates classes are a little bit slower, and I feel like you're kind of more like focused on like actually learning the right positions and the right forms and like perfecting that. But bar class, this influencer Kyra Monique, I think that's how you pronounce her
Mhm.
name. She was doing bar and she has like a banging body to me. She has like she's like thick, and she was doing bar in Atlanta, so I started going to bar, and I think it's so funny because it's like, I don't know if y'all remember like the SpongeBob episode when like Squidward was like showcasing his life, and he would like go to work, play the clarinet,
Mhm.
go work out, and then like be in traffic. And I'm like, oh, that's actually what real life is. But those like silly classes where like the ladies are just like doing little
Mhm. I
weights
know
and like
exactly
just
what you're
doing
talking
like,
about.
it looks like kind of goofy. But so I feel like it's what you do like for half the bar class, but it's so fucking hard because you're using your body weight for like most of the workout. So it's like lunges, real ab work. But then you're also using like the actual like ballet bar to like do things with your legs and to do squats and like just do like certain workouts. So I was like doing Pilates and I went back to bar, and I'm just like, oh, I've been focusing on Pilates, and like Pilates I might get like a little bit of a sweat, but bar I'm in there like I'm dying. I actually cannot function
Bar's so
and I
hard.
can't move. Yes, but I
I
love
won't do
it.
it
So
again.
I'm just like, no, I do like, but it's so hard. And I've like established like what places in Atlanta are harder. Like there's some bar classes that are like it's the easiest class, and there's some that are like, oh, the girls do not play in this class.
Mhm.
But I think it's definitely like a good full body workout. Like you could do that twice a week and be fit in a month.
I've never done bar before. I need to add that to the list.
It's definitely hard. I feel like mine, I'm also a reformer girl, Legree specifically. Love her. I think that's like the best, but I felt my body when I was doing Legree like consistently. I was also going for free, so that like made things way more manageable. And I know those prices are crazy now, but I think that's been my favorite. And then I love juicing also. I felt
Ooh, yeah.
more like I feel like it helps more like internally, or like even like with energy levels and like feeling better, or like certain aspects with that. So I think those two I've been locked in with.
And I hate when like I've been doing something for so long and everyone is like, I feel like I used to be like, yeah, I'm juicing, and everyone's like, why are you doing that? And then now everyone's juicing. I'm like, You didn't
Mhm.
like that shit years ago when I just said, just start your day with some juice instead of some pancakes. No.
I have tried a lot of different things. I fall into trends really easily, but a couple of things that I feel like have like worked for me or that I felt like good doing. I was doing the whole sweet potato thing maybe for like I think maybe 2 to 3 weeks. That's also I try a lot of things, but I don't stick to anything. But I tried the sweet potato thing, and that did help me like feel more full because I have a hard time like knowing like when I'm full. So that definitely like I like felt fullness, which is really good. And I was eating that for breakfast, lunch, and
That's
dinner. I
crazy.
said,
That's
okay,
crazy.
Every
not
That's
day?
every day, but like
Okay.
I would eat it like most days. And like I would eat it with different things. Like I always wouldn't eat it on its own. I even tried making sweet potato pancakes. That was a flop because I didn't like mix them well enough. But I saw where they were going. But my thing is I don't get when they do that with like I tried it with like a taco bowl and I was like, there's just something not right with this. Do you eat it with like taco meat? Because it's like it's sweet, so it throws me off.
I've had it
Yeah.
with taco meat. I've had it with sometimes I'll do like sweet potatoes, like eggs and spinach, or like
Okay.
if
Yeah.
I'll put like a burrito or something for like breakfast. But if it's like for dinner, I'll just do like ground turkey. But like sometimes I'll just season it normally, but sometimes I'll make it taco-y. But agree that like sometimes the taco doesn't taste
I'm like,
perfect.
this ain't right,
Yeah.
y'all. This ain't right with this. And then another wellness trend that I partaked in that I did like when the whole gut health was popular, and I was drinking my kombucha. I was drinking that protein yogurt that people like that you only like take one bite a day out of, or it wasn't protein yogurt, but yogurt. I like that as well because I felt like I like my gut was. I don't know what my gut is for real, but I did feel like my gut was really healthy during that time.
Did you
Yeah.
ever try what is that thing in the jar?
Coconut
The
Coke,
girls
that's what it is.
yes.
That's what it is.
Oh
As soon
my
as you,
gosh.
that's what I did try the coconut Coke. It
I
was good.
It was. I
Did
thought it
it
was so good. I would like low key crave it.
Yeah, I take my one bite a day.
Yes, I was
do
so
you feel
excited for
like
that
it
bite.
helped? I remember I went to buy some, but it was like sold out and I forgot about it. But like do you feel like it helped like kind of move you throughout the day or I
I
don't
think
know.
so. I would say yes.
I would say yes too. I think it did make a difference.
You know what trend did not help or mean anything? What was that green shit that
Oh my god, it was really popular.
Yes, I have it in my
Bloom?
team right now.
Chlorophyll?
I got some too.
Yeah,
Bloom?
Bloom
I have some
Nutrition.
too.
Yeah,
Bloom.
Bloom. It was like those powder
No.
greens. They did not do a thing. And like they were sold out for months. And then I finally got some. I was like, this did nothing. What a waste.
Anything where it's like I can just go get a fruit and vegetables and do the real thing, I'm like, y'all are lying. Why do I want to do a vegetable powder when I could just go get a vegetable and make a
Yeah,
juice?
yeah.
Like, but they
See, I'm the
definitely
opposite.
finesse
I'm
the
like, give me that
world.
powder. Give me that
That's how I,
powder.
that's how I feel about fiber. Just give me the gummy.
Yes.
No,
I
just
love
go
my
eat
fiber
the
gummies.
yeah.
yogurt.
No,
Y'all.
I love
Hack my
efficiency. I love
efficiency.
efficiency.
Even with the fiber gummies, just go eat the fiber. Like I don't,
Mm-mm.
I don't get it.
It's so much easier in gummy form.
Like, there's some things I'm not about to sit here and eat like 24 pieces of X, Y, and Z just to get my one fiber dose. Like, no, I'm sorry.
It's like, yep,
No.
speed it up.
When it's 2 gummies or 24 pieces of this thing I don't like.
That's why I like making protein smoothies because you can have protein, and sometimes I put
Mhm.
the like collagen in there, the green
Mhm.
stuff, and like extra fiber. I'm
Everything
like
I
all
need.
of that in
Yeah.
And a
one.
whole drink.
Yes, efficient. What other like scams or trends have you guys fallen for that like does not work? I know for me, every time I see a little flat tummy tea, I'll fall for it every time. I got two in my in my cabinet right now, and it really this is gross, but it really is just laxative. Like that is exactly what
All
it
it
is.
is.
But I do fall
Yeah.
for it.
Is it actual flat tummy tea? They're still selling that?
There's
Yeah,
so
they are
many.
still selling it.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
I have two different kinds.
I was like, I feel like flat tummy tea's been around for 10 years. Like,
No,
it's been around a while.
longer. I was gonna say no. Mine is the exact same. Like I haven't taken it in years, but I took it really a lot in college when I was like living with Bria, and I just remember like you would get like the tea. I don't think it was flat tummy, but it was like something else, but the same shit. You had like a morning and a night blend. And I remember if we would travel for like a conference, I would like literally bring this little fucking tea with me, and like we would like be at a hotel. And I'm like, I gotta go get some hot water for my tea. And like you said, it's just a laxative. it does nothing but make you go to the bathroom 10 times, and then
Yeah.
you lose weight because everything is out your body. But then I feel like when you're off of it, it's just like not natural. It messes you up, and I feel like to this day it like messed with my gut, and I have to like reset it because the gut be struggling.
I never tried this, but I think that there was a point in time where like everyone was convinced that their stomach had parasites. And like, I don't know, were you guys on TikTok during this time?
So
where
I'm
like
still convinced. I'm still
I think that is possible for me too, which is why I feel like I'm so hungry all the time. But like they were like selling some type of like parasite cleanse where like you were supposed to take like a couple shots of this cleanse and it was supposed to like draw all the parasites out, XYZ. And I at the moment I was like, yeah, this sounds good, XYZ. And I never ended up doing it, but now that I'm thinking back on it, I'm like, I wonder if that's actually real. Like, who knows?
They say like papaya and like certain thing, like what was it, papaya and then not star fruit, some more type of fruit you could eat, and that's like a natural parasite cleanse. They're like, yeah, eat this for a couple of days, and then like you'll see the parasites like in the bathroom or whatever. So I definitely tried that, but then I'm just like nothing comes out. So I'm like, maybe maybe it's just someone's lying, because I'm like, who really sees that shit coming out their body? Because I don't see it. But the only reason why I do be thinking I got parasites in my body is because of my sugar. I'm like, I want some sweet all the time. So I'm like, there's something in me that's just like, girl, give me some sugar.
For me, okay, one's kind of controversial, and then the other one I haven't done, but I think is crazy. Both are kind of controversial. My first one is fitness watches. All of the above. I think it's so fake, y'all. Everyone would be like, oh, I have to wear my watch today. I have to do this. I have to track this.
I swear by my watch.
I'm talking to you.
I could between my watch and my Oura ring, I could wake up and I look at the thing, I'm like, that ring says I didn't sleep very well. Gotta do better tomorrow.
See, I'm against the Oura ring.
All of those gadgets, it'll literally be like, it'll do your steps, fine, whatever. It's just literally information. Like, you took this many steps, okay, and what about it? Like, that says nothing. When I got mine, I thought it did like so much more. I was like, oh, like, let me not call it Apple, but I think their commercials are a little. They say their stuff does a little bit more than I think it actually does. I thought it was gonna be like, it's gonna tell me a lot about my actual health, like the Oura ring, whatever, Apple Watch, whatever. I can wear this and I know if I'm good or not. It doesn't even do that. So I think they're the most silly things ever. It's nice to have these steps.
The Apple Watch is not a fitness watch, and that's why I switched my watch, because Apple Watch, it's good as like a connected, you get all of your notifications because it's connected to your phone.
That's the reason I like it.
Yeah, I would say outside of that and like tracking steps and like how long you're working out, it's not very good. Like as far as like tracking, it doesn't track your sleep, or it didn't track your sleep when I had one. It didn't track like running paces and splits and all type of stuff. And I'm like, okay, this is just like a watch to track your steps, really. But I like I got a Garmin after I ran my half because my Apple Watch died at mile like 11 and like 0.8. So I had like a mile left in my half marathon. My Apple Watch died. And so I said, never again. Switched it for a Garmin. I traded it in for a Garmin like the next week. But I enjoyed that one a lot more. I
remember when I was younger, I used to beg to have a Fitbit. I used to beg my mom for a new Fitbit.
I wanted a Fitbit so bad.
It came out every single year. I wanted it. For what reason, I don't know. But I used to beg for that one. Crazy. My other one, maybe this is from trauma, but our mom used to love the Weight Watchers program. With those meals that we used to be forced to eat as well, the extras that if there were extras that she hadn't eaten, you're like, oh, this is dinner, go pick with me.
I don't remember that phase, but I do remember the phase where she started seeing some trainer, and the trainer was like, here's this like veggie based dish, and then she would like make enough for all of us, and it would be like vegetable lasagna. Like, okay, like where's dinner?
Where's dinner? Being forced in these programs.
Yeah, that's funny. I forgot about Weight Watchers. Oh my gosh, it was everywhere. It wasn't like Oprah. Oprah was an influencer for Weight Watchers,
and then she was on Ozempic the whole time. That's really some shit.
Let's talk about good one. Let's talk about Ozempic. I am so sick of getting on TikTok and seeing Serena Williams, all these people being like, I got the
My
Ozempic.
gosh.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Every
first of
time
all,
I open
stop.
TikTok, I see her.
Yeah, stop these ads. Also, I know like a couple people on Ozempic, and it's like,
Me too.
no shade. That's fine. But it's literally isn't it like for diabetes? Or like, maybe not diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Or,
like
I think
it's
that
for,
was the original intention.
Yeah,
yeah, it's for actual health concern. So it's like, and you're all just taking this to lose weight. And it's also just like, when you can't stop taking it. Now for the rest of your life, you're fucking 25 years old. Now you gotta take this shit every fucking day or whatever the regimen is until you fucking
Do you have to take it
die.
forever?
Like I think so. Like I remember like I think it's not the same, like, or like maybe your weight could come back quicker. But also I'm
Okay.
just like, of course people are taking it and probably like working out, but I feel like it's also, I don't want to use like a cop out, but it's like just like work out and like eat healthy. Like it might take a little bit longer, but at least you're not injecting or whatever, taking these unnatural things for
Yeah.
your body that your body's gonna get used to, because it kind of reminds you of like a laxative. Not saying it like makes you go to the bathroom, but it's like, well, if I'm not, once I stop taking it, my body's gonna go back to normal, and you probably will gain all the weight back.
No.
Yeah, I don't like.
I feel like when they turn Ozempic into a pill, they might have something to talk to me about.
I think I just saw someone turned it into a pill. I think it's a pill now. I think they're
It was the injection
said
part that
nah.
was like.
He said, "Now I'm intrigued."
Say, hold on.
I might have aimed with that one.
Yeah, no, the injections were like, oh no, I don't need to be doing all that. That's a little much. But now it's a pill. I'm like, hold on.
So how do you guys deal with what I would call like wellness fatigue? Like I feel like we're always being fed all this stuff that you should do, and like how do you determine what you're gonna try versus like what's not for you?
I think for me, like the older I get, because I feel like growing up I would like want to try all these things. I'm like, what's like the quick fix? Like what's the quickest thing that like you could do? Like I have done so many. Okay, I'll share this story. One time when I was living in New York, when I was there just for one summer, I was just doing the dumbest shit. Like I was telling my boyfriend the other day, and he was like, "Why'd you do that?" I'm like, I don't know. I got like a colonoscopy. I got a colonoscopy. Oh, you say it? A colonoscopy? Yes.
Why did you do that?
Because when I was researching, like, how can I, like, lose weight and reset, they were like, let's go get a colonoscopy.
That's crazy.
Mind you, it's like 2017. It was like before TikTok and everything. So this is like me probably like researching on Google, but they were like, in New York, there's so many places that you could go. And it's like such a great way to like reset your body. So I'm like, okay, great. I'm going to go do that. Y'all, so I went to some fucking place in New York. Mind you, it looks like I'm walking in someone's fucking house. Like, it was a business. But, like, I'm walking in. Mind you, I didn't do no... so horrible. I did not do no prep. Like, you were like...
Prep alone wouldn't cleanse you.
There's no way.
I didn't do no prep. This is, like, so bad. But, like, I'm pretty sure, like, I drank the day before. I feel like I drank the day of, like, I was just like, I don't give a fuck, but we're gonna see if this works. And of course, you go do it. It's a horrible experience. What the fuck was that?
You awake?
Wait, that's wait. I got one before, and that...
No,
I put you to sleep.
Wait, okay. No. Did you do a colon cleanse or did you do a colonoscopy?
Oh.
You did a cleanse. Okay, no, because a colonoscopy. A colonoscopy.
No way.
So you were awake? That's crazy.
Okay, what's the difference?
A colon cleanse is where they like. A colon cleanse is where they like clean you out. But a colonoscopy is when you come cleaned out and they stick a camera up you to make sure your intestines are good.
And they put you to sleep.
Oh no.
They're very strict about the diet that you have to do before too.
You have to drink liquids for like 3 days.
I felt okay, so it was like a colon cleanse because they put the little thing in me. And
that's how I know you were just doing anything.
I was doing whatever.
I mean, there's no way she went got colonoscopy for
I was like, this doesn't sound like what I went through at all.
For the fun of it.
No, the colonoscopy, the doctor would be like, oh, did you stick to the diet? And if you say no, they say, well, you'll need to come back another day because we cannot put this camera up.
Yeah, because I'm like, it wasn't the doctor's office. It was just like a little, I mean, it was like an office. That wasn't like
crazy.
It wasn't the doctor. So, okay, so yeah. That's good. So I got a colon cleanse. Still did not fucking need to do that shit because it did absolutely nothing. But honestly, another thing that probably messed up my gut in the long term. From like 10 years ago, pretty much I said that story like I would do whatever the fuck I just saw online. So now I feel like I'm more so just like, well, is it natural or is it not? So it's like even for juice, sometimes I'm like, oh, like, do I want to like make this juice or do I just want to like eat some fucking celery, like, or eat some carrots? Like, girl, just stop being lazy and just eat the fucking shit. So I think now I'm more so my brain has fully developed, my frontal lobe is here, and I'm pretty much just like, if it's like a food or like a pill or like even like a gummy or something, I'm like, do I want to take this? And it might have like additives in it or like unhealthy or unnatural things that could like make my body react a different way, or do I just want to eat some fruit and vegetables and call it a fucking day?
I can go. I think for me, like on the workout sense, I feel like I feel like I used to do anything. Like, yeah, I would always try a random workout, even if it was just for the vibes, just for the fun. But I feel like when I became a fitness instructor, I feel like you have to like, for the training, you have to like do a lot of like studying and like on the body and like XYZ muscles, all that stuff. So I feel like I can now like walk into a workout and be like, that is a horrible workout for your body, or like this is a really good workout for your body. And so I think that helps me decipher a lot better now going into workouts. I feel like for all like the other stuff, I'm also similar to Faith. Like I kind of try to just like lean more towards like nothing extra. I try to like fruits, vegetables, like whatever. That's where I get stuff from. I'll do vitamins like every once in a while. I mean, I'll say every once in a while. Maybe, yeah, every once in a while. Yeah, I'll take a vitamin. But I feel like as a whole, I kind of just drink my water and yeah, and go to the doctor. I went to the doctor. Yeah, I'm scared of blood. I feel like we've mentioned this before. I'm scared of blood. But I did go once to get my blood drawn and everything, and they were able to tell me a lot of things. So, go to the doctor.
Did you ever go to the stomach doctor, by the way?
Negative. One step at a time.
I feel you, Brooklyn. My stomach, I have stomach issues too. But honestly, what really helped was just like not consuming dairy. And I'm just like, that was my problem.
See, so I am lactose intolerant, and I do know this for a fact, but like I love a smoothie, I love some yogurt, like I love, some cookies and milk.
Just get the non-dairy kind.
Lactose intolerant people scare me.
Yeah, oat milk.
Sometimes I want some
y'all
real
not lactose intolerant? I feel like I don't know. I just be like, oh, Amaya's like, we spare her.
No, people who are lactose intolerant drink more. I swear y'all love milk and cheese more than anybody else.
I will say my intolerance used to be worse than it is now. Now I could eat ice cream and like it not bother me, but I feel like a couple of years ago I used to be like down for some ice cream.
When I found out, so like when you go to the doctor, they'll like make you do like a no dairy diet, like, and then like you have to try dairy again, like on a random whatever day to see if you see like what the reaction is. I remember I was at Burlington and I got some ice cream after like I hadn't had dairy for like 2 weeks. I literally was like curled up on the floor of Burlington. Yes. My stomach hurt so bad for eating that ice cream. I hurt so bad.
Yeah. It's such a sad, I say like, it's such a sad life. Like I had to break up with ice cream, and like whenever I'll go to ice, that's the one thing. They need to make more oat milk or non-dairy ice cream flavors. Because whenever all they have is like sorbet. It's like, okay, we have non-dairy. Yeah. They have like 2 sorbet options. I'm like, I don't want sorbet. I want creamy non-dairy. Like, figure it out, somebody.
Yeah, I could never give up ice cream. I'm a huge Jenny's stan. I will always have Jenny's in my freezer. I can never let go of her. Me and her go together.
No, for sure. For me, I think like, I guess for a little bit of context, if you didn't know, I've had ulcerative colitis since I was like 16. And so I think like when I first got diagnosed, it was like, okay, what are all like the wellness things that I could do to like fix my, like, not like my condition, because I don't think it's fixable, but like, what can I have control over per se? And like, I think with that, I was like willing to like try everything. And it's like, yeah, I have this, but like, I'm doing like all these things or whatever. Now I think I'm more aware of the fact that actually doing too much can be much worse for my body. Actually, like putting all of this like foreign stuff and like trying all of these like trends and things could actually have like a much worse effect. So like, I think when it comes down to it, I know what is good for my body. I know that it's like whole foods. I know that it's stuff with fiber. I know that it's like staying away from, tons of sweets, tons of spicy foods and stuff like that too. But like, I think just making sure that that's like the foundation of what I'm doing on, especially on like the health and wellness front, like, or like on the food and like diet front. I think that that kind of like helps to keep me grounded. But I've definitely like evolved, because there's a point in time, and like over like the last few years, I was just kind of like, okay, I know what works at this point. Like even like the coconut cult thing, like I always like was interested in trying it, but I feel like anything with the word nut just like gives me food anxiety, honestly. And I know coconut's not like an actual nut. Like, and like I've eaten coconut and been like totally fine, but like I was like, oh my gosh, what if like my throat just like closes up and then I can never like breathe again type shit. So like yeah, I think just like being more aware, especially like in the context of my condition, of like, this is the stuff that I know that works, and like, is trying this, is there a possibility that has an adverse effect? If not, just leave it alone, girl. Like, it's not that deep. So
Yeah, it's hard not to. Well, for me, it's hard not to hop on trends. I think where I'm at now, because I've tried so many things, even this year alone, and I'm like, now I have to start listening to myself and what my like reactions are to it. Like, for example, I tried the Whole 30 diet
mm-hmm.
and at the beginning of this year, and I did good for like 2 weeks, which usually is what happens with a lot of things. I'm like, I'm really on top of it when I'm doing something like extreme, and then I just fall off. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, DoorDash me now. And so I gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, am I like, just because people online say that like it works, and like it does work for other people, I
Mm-hmm.
have to recognize my behavior, my patterns. I don't do well with extremity. I usually will fall off even harder. I don't
Yeah.
do well with like intermittent fasting. Every time I've tried it, single time I've tried it, I've failed because I have to eat breakfast. Like I'm my best self when I eat breakfast. And so I'm like, okay, I can't do that. Like let's listen to our behavior and our patterns
Mm-hmm.
and recognize that everything is not for you.
That's a really good point because I even feel like back in the day when I was like looking for like people were doing like water fast was like super popular. Like just drink water every day for like a week, like you'll lose weight. Or like just saying like all these unrealistic extreme things. But it's also like
Mhm.
everyone's body is totally different. So like even if that works for you, like that might not work for me. And most of the time the extreme things like you fall off because it's extreme. Like it's you cannot keep up with it. It's not really
Yeah.
so it's like it's better just to like even if it's like an extreme diet, an extreme idea, like kind of curate it to like what makes sense for you, just so you could keep it going. And it, but also it's like actual, like beneficial and healthy for your body.
Yeah. I had to do that with because on the contrary, I feel like intermittent fasting does work for me, because it, one, I'm like a late night snacker and it's just not necessary. Like there's a point where I need to like cut it off per se. But like I feel like the most extreme version that I kind of went into it with is like not eating for 16 hours. And it's like you actually don't need to do that. Like you can do like 14 or even 12 will like accomplish
Right.
what it is that you're trying to accomplish. You don't have to like only eat for like 8 hours in the day and be like so strict with it. Like I guess maybe thinking of like what is your motivation behind trying this or behind doing this. I feel like the 16/8 is like, oh, I'm like burning a bunch of fat, and I'm like, being able to like pull from certain like buckets of energy and all these types of things. For me, it's literally just like getting on a schedule of like, you don't need to eat after 9 p.m. It's kind of ridiculous.
Right.
I think it's like just kind of like weighing what your actual goals is and like what your motivations are versus what works for you, kind of what Faith was saying.
Yeah, I think that's a helpful distinction is like what works for you. And I agree with
Mm-hmm.
that late night snacking. I think I've gotten a little bit better, but I
I
think I've gotten a
haven't.
little bit better, but maybe not.
No, I haven't gotten better.
It
It's
was
like
so
you're
crazy though.
gonna
I
eat
when I
something
was on
after this.
vacation recently, I was with my friend. I had me a little snack. I was on vacation with my best friend, and she's so tiny, so like obviously like just naturally she doesn't have like that much of an appetite.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you, I never skip a meal. I eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, like and potentially two snacks. There would be multiple days where we wouldn't eat lunch because we were busy and just like wasn't on her mind. But in the back of my head, I'd be like, I feel like not gonna eat lunch. Like I don't want to mention it or she's not hungry. I want to go with the vibes. But I was like, I have never lived like this ever. But I was like, I think I literally lost weight on that vacation because of it.
That was us in Japan with Aunt and Mario and Quiz, and it was like every 2 hours they're like,
we did
"Here's a
not.
restaurant we go to." I'm like, "How are you guys hungry?
Hungry again.
We just ate like enough."
That's so funny. So let's get into some listener questions of the week. So if you ever have a question, feel free to DM us on Instagram, TikTok, comment on one of our videos, or you can email us at theheysisterpod@gmail.com. This first one I think is so fun. The listeners want to know, if we had all the money and time in the world, what would be the first wellness activity that you would do? For me, I want to go to a silent retreat so bad. And I maybe have mentioned this before, but I like want to spend like a week or two like in India in like a temple. I feel like that would just be like so rejuvenating and such a powerful exercise for someone who literally cannot shut up. Like I'm always listening to music or TV or like talking.
Yeah.
Like I'm never quiet. So I feel like that would be like life changing.
Let me know
That
if this
sounds
counts.
cool.
I would hire a personal chef.
No, that
That's the
counts. That's
first
good.
thing
Immediately.
I'm getting.
That's literally the only thing I get from like if I can get a personal chef, my problems will be solved because it's literally the food for me. Like having to cook, coming out home from work, and it's like, oh, we gotta make yourself food, or you didn't meal prep. Now you gotta either spend time cooking or order out, and I'm just like, well, or I could just eat nothing. So I'm like, that's not
No.
healthy either.
But when you come home and you realize you didn't thaw that meat out, it's like I've just been warming it up lately. Not like actually, but like putting it in the deep fry, which I used to think was so bad, but now I have to.
Yeah,
Like,
our moms used to be pissed when that meat
And
wouldn't
I
be
get it.
out. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It really does.
So another one of our listener questions, they're asking financially, it can be hard to keep up with all of these trends. So what's something that anyone can do to improve their wellness that is free or doesn't cost a lot of money?
I have two. I have three actually. First one, become a fitness instructor. I know that is a very big step. However, you get a lot of free classes.
Wait, doesn't that cost money?
Not sometimes,
but it's an investment.
Sometimes it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes
okay.
it doesn't. Yeah, it depends on the studio, but like you can become an instructor for free $99. So when you do that, you get free classes at your studio. But you can also, most studios have partnerships with other studios in the city. So you can also jump around other studios, other companies, and get free classes as well. When I was living in Austin, I didn't pay for nothing. I didn't pay for a single fitness class. I was saving thousands of dollars a year. So highly recommend, obviously an investment, obviously a commitment, but I think that's my first one. My second one, I remember. My second one, there's a lot of, especially like if you're in like an outdoorsy city. So like I was living in Austin, especially like Austin vibes or like any cities like that. There's a lot of like free community events that happen as well, especially like yoga. If there's a park, there's probably like free events that are happening there. Like Austin used to have free yoga like every Sunday or something like that. And so highly recommend like looking for those opportunities. Obviously very, very, very cost efficient. And then my third one, drink water. I am a big believer that water should be honestly the only thing you should be drinking, but I will allow a couple other things, but I don't drink juice. I don't drink soda. I don't drink soda, excuse me. And I mostly just drink water. And you can tell, I know when I haven't had enough water, like in a day or in a week, I can physically tell. So drink your water and it will make you feel so much better on the inside. And then it will obviously give you more energy and like help you feel better as a whole. So those are mine.
Yeah, I think the water is a good point because I feel like everyone's like, oh, I drink water. But if you really sit and think, like, how much water did you actually drink today? It probably wasn't as much as you should. And then when, like, say you're drinking, I hate that I compare it to this. So I'm just like, if you're drinking alcohol like that evening or something, you probably had more shots or like more drinks equivalent to how much water you had that day. So I think like the older I get, I'm just like, I've kind of been, I feel like this is like a trend, but like I feel like I always thought I was like Asian deep down inside. We know like everyone that's like, oh, I'm Chinese now on like TikTok. So drinking like hot water, like I saw somewhere where we're technically not supposed to be drinking like cold, like chilled water, but like ice or in the fridge, like our body doesn't like digest it as well as like warm or hot water. So what I've been doing is like on like a good day, if I actually have time, like I'll try to drink like 2 glasses of just like hot water and lemon. I might make some tea, but I usually just like would just drink the hot water by itself. And I feel like my body just like digest, and just overall feels a lot better throughout the day. And then plus if I just kind of like overdo it in the water in the morning, like before I like go to the office or start my day, then throughout the day if I'm not thinking about drinking water, it kind of helps because I don't like, oh, I already drank so much this morning, now I can just like drink, a little bit more or whatever. So I feel like that's definitely like super important and people don't think about that. Oh, and then like yeah, the free classes. I think one thing is just like YouTube. So there's so many different workouts on YouTube you could watch. Like I did like one Pilates by Izzy workout and I got to 20 minutes and I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I literally just went to Pilates because it was easier than what the fuck she was doing.
No, they
But
be hard.
no, like, and the way she even like moves her body, I'm like, wow, like my body can't even get in that position. So I think like it's March, like maybe April, I want to like maybe do like a 15-day of it because it's like super hard, but also for like workouts where you're actually like using your body weight are like the best workouts for you. Plus it's like getting older, like you want to make sure you're kind of like stretching and just like making sure you're like getting your body in like these weird positions so your knees don't fucking hurt or like, your body gets like sore just with age. So definitely like utilizing YouTube, like Brooklyn said, there's so many free classes in the city. And also just going outside. Like you could go hiking, like parks are free. You could just go take a walk. Like the girlies, especially in New York or like Clark, people's like this girl just walk miles and her body is banging. I saw her do a workout today. And I'm just like, she's just outside walking around. Like even if you don't have like a walkable city or a walkable area, like you could literally walk around your fucking apartment, walk up and down the steps, like walk around your neighborhood and just walk in circles. Like I feel like sometimes people like overcomplicate like working out or being active because they're like, I want to go to a class or I want to go to a fitness gym. And it's like all that shit costs too much. So you just need to like look around you and see what you could do for free.
And also, I'll add real quick, run clubs also obviously are becoming really popular, but it's free and you get to run with people that are also interested in running. So another great free option.
There was one, I won't name the city because it's not important. There was one and they were charging for the run club.
That's crazy.
I said,
that's not the point of run club.
Well,
that's
what would stop me from just showing up and running a walk?
You charging to run outside? That's crazy.
No,
capitalism, y'all.
Actually, I'm like, y'all lost it.
That's dumb.
But yes,
lost the plot.
I'm
like, smart enough not to charge.
You need to include some merch or a water bottle or a membership or something. Like, yeah,
it's like if you get a run club T-shirt, then like okay, well it's $20. Oh, let's throw you those $20 for it if it's like a T-shirt. But like you're not giving me nothing. I'm just paying to run. No.
Yeah.
With that, we'll go ahead and transition into our next segment, Put Me On or Put That Down. So what are you guys putting everyone on and telling everyone to put down this week?
This week, putting the girlies on and the guys who are listening, tea. I have not the flat tummy tea I was talking about earlier. Natural herbal teas. Let me clarify. My coworker was like, Amaya, you need to start drinking. He's a man, so it's not his voice, but he was saying that you need to start drinking some lemon tea in the morning and after you eat to get things moving. And I said, okay, sir. And he's so right. Every time, especially at work, we have so many different types of teas. And I be mixing my teas in the morning. I do 2 packs of green tea and a peach tea all in one. So it's really flavorful. Okay. So they've got teas for everything. They got teas, obviously, to like wake you up. They also have like decaffeinated ones if you're not like looking for like some extra energy. They've got like natural digestive teas, like peppermint teas, like really good for that. Or if you have an upset stomach, I like have been trying to use more like herbal teas to like do something like that. And one of my favorites, they got sleepy tea. I love me my little sleepy tea. Then put that down, doing things that are extreme and like setting yourself up for failure. My best friend, her dad does like, what do you call that? Like he's like a fitness trainer. So he like made us this workout plan. And at first he was like, oh, like how many days a week do you guys want to work out? And I was like 7 days a week. And he said, let's start with 3 to 4. How are you going from 0 to 7? Like it's not gonna happen. And I do that all the time. Like, so I need to, and everybody needs to incrementally, make these changes because that's how you're going to have like the long lasting effects or whatever they be saying. I'm going to start believing them.
My put me on is I love heated yoga so much. I think now the only issue obviously is like with Black women hair. That's the only issue that comes up. But my hair is in a situation where I can be around, where I can be in it. I love heated yoga, just to like sweat it all out, stretch, like you're challenging yourself at the same time. I'm obsessed. So, and like that's also like all that's in Harlem down there. So I just go to yoga. It's all you can do in Harlem, workout wise. So that's my put you on. Put that down. I feel like the first one that comes to mind, put down. Okay, I'm not gonna name any company names, but like some fitness companies, like Legree, whatever you want to call it, Legree, Pilates, Reformer, whatever they want to call themselves, you can tell that they're just trying to like push out classes or push out instructors or push out X, Y, and Z or like copycat other studios, like well-established studios. You can tell. So Coma, I went to a class. This is why this comes up. I went to a class and like as a like I know I'm trained to teach, but like I don't really pay attention to teachers like when they're doing like I've never be like, oh, that's a bad instructor. Like I only can tell if I'm like, wow, that sucked. Like that's the only way I'm paying attention. And I took a class and it was so bad, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Because I just like heard about the studio, so like let me try it. But you can just tell like when there's bad instructors, and so definitely like listen to your body when it comes to these workouts because sometimes these instructors like are not versed on you could get hurt in this. You shouldn't be doing some things like X, Y, and Z. So be very cognizant of those things because not all instructors, and especially if you're in a studio that has like 20 machines in there, they should not have that many machines ever. They shouldn't because you cannot get attention and ensure you don't get hurt without any machines. So be very cognizant of the studios you go to. Be very like cognizant that they're well trained, that they know what they're doing. Yeah, that's my put that down.
Because I will say, like, the older I get, I love, like, even though it's like intimidating, but I love like a small intimate class for like reformer
Mm-hmm.
pies, like Lookery. Like I remember I went to one, it was like only 5 reformers in there, but there was only 3 of us. And I feel like I just learned so much. Like he was like
Mm-hmm.
actual able to like help me with my form and like I learned so many different new moves. And I'm like, that's my favorite class. Of course it's the most expensive because it's basically private training. But yeah, it's like you're saying when people have like 20 different beds or whatever people in there, it's like you're not focused on me. You're just yelling around and looking at the same. You're calling the same 3 people's names that come there every day that you know. My put me on is like stop waiting until you're in the mood to like have better wellness or to be healthier or to like take the steps doing the things you need to do for like a healthier body, like where it's like waking up earlier to like drink tea or drink water, like eating healthy that day or working out. Like nobody wants to do that shit. Like yes, it feels good when you're in it, when you do it, you actually get there, it's like, oh, I love this. But like thinking about that stuff, like that's not fun. It's so much easier just to just be unhealthy and like eat for pleasure and like just be lazy. So I think with just overall, like just changing your whole mindset is like you just have to do the things that you're not going to want to do until it becomes your routine. And then you end up like falling in love with it. So it'll be easier. And then my put that down is pretty much just like eating out. I think like with my like health journey, like what really just like helped me like lose weight naturally was like just not eating out all the freaking time. But I think, and of course like nobody wants to like cook every day. I do not want to do that. So I usually also, I know people don't like leftovers. I love leftover. Like I cooked yesterday and that's gonna last me until like Wednesday. And then I will cook something else. But I also will cook like multiple things. Like I'll make things for breakfast. I guess it's like meal prep, but I'll just make like a big batch of things. Like I made some pasta, I make some vegetables, because I'm like, I'm not coming home and cooking every day, and I just want to be in the mood for it. But also, what kind of helps me is like, even if I'm like craving something, like, oh, I really want a burger from here, I really want this pasta or this dish, I will like cook the food that I want from the restaurant. So like I'll be like, oh, this restaurant was so good. I'm just gonna go home and copy this recipe and like make it my own. Or like I feel like people think like cooking at home is like you only have to eat healthy and like make it boring. Like you can cook bad things at home. It's still overall gonna be healthier than like you eating at a restaurant probably just because you don't know like where they're sourcing their food or what they're putting into it. So yeah, just like I feel like eating at home and also just doing that like more regularly throughout the week, it like the pounds just kind of like shed off if like that's one of your goals.
No, I like that one. My put me ons this week, number one, I got a weighted vest off of Amazon because I've been walking around LA. I've been like trying to like find new trails and like new, not hiking because I don't do like the elevation, but like different like routes and stuff around like the reservoirs and like that kind of thing. Just to like explore LA a little bit more, but also get some steps in. I think that like that was one thing I maybe didn't appreciate about New York enough, where I was like, I could literally walk anywhere, and like it was such like a walking city that I didn't realize how much the pounds were just kind of like, you are exercising, like even though you're just like walking to class kind of thing. So it's also just like, I like the weighted vest because it's a way for it to like feel a little bit more like a workout. You have like a little bit of resistance and stuff to just like burn more calories, and they come in like a bunch of different weights. You can start with like 3 pounds. I think it goes all the way up to like 15 or 20 or something like that. I think mine is like 9 or 10 maybe, but it's not like, it doesn't weigh you down to the point where it's like, oh my gosh, this is crazy, but like it's just a good little boost, which I appreciate. If you mentioned something like adjacent to like meal planning, I also am putting people onto like planning their workouts for the week, because like kind of how you have to like think about like, what am I going to do, or what am I going to eat this week, or how, like, when am I going to cook, blah blah. I think like there's a lot of like decision fatigue sometimes when it comes to like, what is my workout going to be, or like I know I should work out, but like I didn't plan anything, so now I'm just like in the gym playing and like not really doing anything, which I'm definitely like victim of sometimes. So like I'm someone who likes to do a lot of different workouts across like running, but also doing like weights in the gym and stuff like that. And so it's like, okay, I'm gonna do weights this day of the week, and then I'll do like a run, and just like having some type of like cadence that might change every week, might not, but like just so I can go into the week like, okay, I don't need to put any thought into what I'm doing weights, I'm doing a leg day. And so like that part of the time it takes up has already kind of been decided, which I think is helpful. I'm asking you guys to put down, not you guys, but like people to put down, stop recording people in the gym without their consent. I think that's so like gross. I think it's so mean, especially like people who are like new to the gym, or maybe they don't know how to like use certain like equipment and stuff like that. I got on TikTok, I was either yesterday or earlier this morning, and there was like a video, and this girl was like making fun of someone like using like a machine wrong and stuff like that. And it's just like, encourage everyone to remember, especially like people who like go to the gym very often, that like everyone started somewhere. We all walked into a gym and not known like where stuff was, or like how to use stuff. Even if you've gone to a gym for like months or years, if you go to a different gym, you still are going to walk in there feeling confused. I don't know the layout of this particular gym, or like how the machines, like maybe it's a different like configuration and stuff like that. So I would just encourage people to be like very kind at the gym, because like, you know, I hope the girl didn't see that video on social media, but if I were to see a video of myself on social media and someone making fun of me, I would probably never go to the gym again. So then it's like,
I
well,
would
yeah.
report that video so fast for bullying. That's so messed up.
Well, like, actually, I want her removed from the gym since she's not following the guidelines. But like, yeah, I would just encourage everyone to just like remember that like everyone's kind of on their own journey. Like everyone's not going to be perfect in the gym. Now, the people who are doing like the fucking apocalypse training in the gym, relax. Like, okay, you want to be recorded, so we're going to give you what you want.
Maybe on X game mode.
Like, y'all know exactly what you're doing, and like, okay, we're gonna give you your little moment. But the people who are like genuinely trying and like, you know, might be doing something wrong, just be nice, because everyone's kind of on their own journey, is my put that down.
That's a really good one.
But I think that wraps up this week's episode. Be sure to leave us a 5-star review if you enjoyed the show. If you did not enjoy the show, please don't leave anything. You can send us an email. You can send us an email. You can send us a note on our Instagram DMs that, you know, gives us things to improve, but you don't need to put it on the reviews. You can also connect with us at the Hey Sister Pod at gmail.com if you have any listener questions, or on social media on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube at the Hey Sister Pod. But with that, thank you so much for listening. We will see you guys next week. Bye, sisters.
Bye, sisters.
Bye, sisters.